Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're live on Travelspan TV. We are with David Boyce from Tourism Ireland, Huzan Fraser, and Beena Menon from Tourism Ireland. We're going to talk to all of them with regard to the Tourism India Sales Mission 2017 from Tourism Ireland. Over to David Boyce.
We're delighted to be here in India. This is our 8th year coming to India, and the travel industry have been showing great support with us in coming here in a joint operation to promote Ireland to the Indian travel trade. We're delighted to be here.
What are your plans to promote India as a major market?
The theme of this mission is screen tourism, and we're using these major icons such as Game of Thrones and Star Wars to actually get people's interest raised on Ireland, and then once we do that, we will introduce them to the iconic sites that are still there: Giant's Causeway, Titanic, Guinness Storehouse, Cliffs of Moher, etc. And using all of those iconic sites that have been there for a long time and will be there, but using what is fresh and new in screen tourism to get people's attention.
David, how strong is the Indian market for you?
Last year, roughly about 30,000 Indians went to Ireland. The figure is judged basically on the number of people who actually have visited there. There is, perhaps we need to look at it carefully. The visa scheme gives us a great opportunity to get more Indians to go to Ireland. For example, there are about 400,000 visit Britain every year, and we get 30,000. So the fact that they've travelled that distance, there's a job to be done to get more people to go to Ireland.
And what is the main objective? As in, what new things what new themes you have added this year to attract more Indians?
As I said earlier, the screen tourism is their two iconic themes this year. But we have a revolution in whisky distilleries arising in Dublin. It's now 10 years ago there was one. There are now 4. And there is great interest in that, and that's a developing market as well for us.
And could you kindly elucidate on 3 fronts, basically the visa, the connectivity, and how you're going to entice tourism from Britain as well?
Well, the visa scheme, we believe, has been a game changer. It was introduced in 2015, right?
Yes.
And it was, it has certainly made the travel so much easier for people going there. I mean, I would have, a lot of people go and do London, Edinburgh, etc. But now for us to get them to add on Dublin and indeed Belfast as well, it should be easier. We just have to get the message out there as how you can do that.
Is it a honeymoon market? Is it a MICE market? Or it's a family destination?
I've discovered in the last 2 or 3 days here in India that the honeymoon and indeed the wedding market is a key sector. To be honest, I didn't know that, but it is certainly something we'll be working at to bring and look at how we get holiday or wedding planners to come to Ireland and experience what we have. Ireland is famous for weddings, but it's for its own population, and they love going to weddings in Ireland. But there is the diversification in that product as well. So if India wants to come, we'll welcome them.
Huzan, to you, how would you rate this Indian sales message this year?
I think it's done quite well. We've been combining our sales mission in the last couple of years with UAE. So we have a very tight program between Mumbai and Delhi. So we finished Mumbai yesterday. The one new thing that we did this year in India is that we tied up with the Irish Embassy, and they got an Irish music group called the Kilkennys here. So they've been entertaining us in the evening, and they're really good, and give a good feel of Ireland at our evening events. And we've had a good interest from the Irish suppliers. So we have about 12 of them, including the 2 visa officers who've participated in the workshops. And I think the workshops have given them a chance to meet about 150 to 170 key contacts between Mumbai and Delhi.
How strong is the MICE market for Ireland?
Oh, MICE is one of my favorite subjects now for Ireland because we've really seen it grow. I can't say it is huge, but we've really seen the interest in MICE grow quite significantly over the last 3-4 years, and that has been assisted with the British Irish visa scheme and the air access. And we're seeing at least 4 to 5 groups ranging from about 50 people to as large as 400 people travel to Ireland for mice, and they're staying on an average of 4 to 5 nights. What's good for Ireland is that they've also gone during winter, so we sometimes get good business in winter, in November, December, which the hotels and everybody in Ireland loves because that's traditionally low season.
David, coming over to you for one question with regard to the hotels. How luxury would be associated with the Indian market? Are you really satisfied with the kind of clientele you're getting up there?
From what I'm told, it's mixed. There's certainly some luxury for sure, and that's a segment we would like to increase. We're looking at that for sure. But 3 and 4 star hotels in Ireland are probably what is being used most by Indians. We have a great stock of hotels in Ireland. In fact, over the last 20 years, lots of new property have been built, and indeed a lot of the existing properties have been refurbished. So we're quite fortunate in Ireland to have a fairly up-to-date product. We don't have enough hotel rooms currently because Ireland is doing very, very well, and it's difficult to get group space in peak times. But we're never at 100% across the board, so there's always space. Hotels are good in Ireland.
How about golf?
Well, we have more golf courses than days in the year, so about 370 golf courses across Ireland. And in 2019, we're having the Open come for the very first time since 1954. So it's been a long time, and that was called the British Open, but it is part of the 4 big Masters that are played around the world. So we're very, very fortunate about that. Royal Portrush is rated number 4, 5 and 6, and sometimes certainly in the top 10 in the world each year, along with Royal County Down. So basically we have 2 top 10 golf courses in Ireland, and golf with the Rory McIlroy was a great advocate for golf in Northern Ireland as well. Graham McDowell and Darren Clark, all those guys raised the bar for people to come to golf. It's very difficult to get on the major courses for tourists at the moment in Ireland, but we're freeing up some space for that especially.
Whiskey has been one of the major thirst and most visited places there. How would you say that you have got more wineries and those kind of schemes there?
Well, we have the oldest whiskey distillery in the world in Bush Mills, which in actual fact is only about 4 miles from Royal Portrush. So one of the ideas that Huzan and the team here were coming up with is that we do look at some fam trips with golf and whiskey tasting, and we believe that would be a good intention for people to come.
Beena, coming over to you about the suppliers there this time. How many associates and partners you have, and how successful meetings they have with the tour operators and with the media?
Okay, we've been really happy because we've had a very good representation both from Northern Ireland as well as from the Republic of Ireland. We've had 12 operators this time. A lot of them are new, and they've seen the success of the India market, and they've got more attracted to come down to India for the workshops over here. The events have been extremely successful both in Mumbai as well as in Delhi. We've had over 100 agents come over and interact with them over one-on-one meetings as well as at our networking events. So it's been extremely successful from our perspective.
What are the top 7 reasons to visit Ireland?
There are so many reasons to visit Ireland. I mean, apart from its absolutely awesome, stunning natural beauty, you have some of the most beautiful castles in which one can really live like a king. You have beautiful landscapes like the cliffs of Moher. You have the Giant's Causeway, which is a heritage site in Northern Ireland. Apart from that, you have these wonderful nightlife with pubs and Irish music and dancing, literature, history. The list is endless.
Right.
And now, of course, so many people want to go there to experience the Game of Thrones itinerary and also Star Wars, which is becoming very, very popular. Ireland is so compact and diverse. You can reach, every place in a very short span of time, and self-drive is the best way to see it, and that's what we are promoting in a very big way.
David, my last question to you and Huzan would be basically on 2 fronts. One, Ireland has been enticing Indian market for many, many years. How would you think Bollywood has played a role in enhancing the image of Ireland?
So, we did one Bollywood movie, Ek Tha Tiger, a few years ago, which was a big hit. It was a Salman Khan movie. And so that did good for Ireland because people associated Ireland with, they saw Ireland through the movies, which was in Dublin City. We would like to do more. We did another film of Himesh Reshammiya last year, which also showcased Ireland beautifully. They shot a lot in the countryside. We would like to attract more Bollywood productions, but and we would support them with whatever best facilities we can.
And what about Hollywood?
Well, we have some great Hollywood stars from Northern Ireland. Liam Neeson is one that comes to mind, coming from Ballymena, Northern Ireland, and he has been a great advocate of his homeland around the world, and indeed in anything, and he's worked for us as well in the past. So yes, a good number of people coming from Northern Ireland have been successful in Hollywood as well.
Thank you very much for your.
The one thing we did.
Huzan, regarding connectivity, how would you say that?
Connectivity has improved dramatically. Besides all the European carriers and British Airways that connect through UK and the rest of Europe, in the last few years we've seen Emirates, Etihad come up with flights, and now Etihad this year has gone double daily. In June this year we were extremely delighted to welcome Qatar Airways, which has started a daily flight as well. And as everybody's aware, in this country, the Middle East carriers don't just go to 2 or 3 cities, but they go to like 13 cities or 14 cities across India. So that means that, through their respective hub, all these 13 or 14 cities are just a short flight away to Dublin and, reaching Ireland. This increased connectivity has also helped with making the prices more competitive. So it's easier now to get to Ireland. So a ticket could be available for as little as 40,000 rupees.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, which earlier we would have been paying a lot more. So.
But how many seats in all do you think all these carriers would be providing? Do you have any details on that?
No, I don't have details of the total number of seats available, but what I can say is that there are over 125 flights to UK alone a week.
Yeah.
And now with British Airways having, their connectivity, their hub moved to Terminal 5,
Yeah.
it's really easy to connect from, and it's almost like a shuttle service to Dublin and also to Belfast, from Heathrow to Dublin and Belfast. So almost on the hour, once in 2 hours, you can connect to Dublin. And with Terminal 5, it's so much easier as well.
You can end it here now. Ask the operators.
About
you were saying
the
the
cuisine,
opposite.
about the cuisine, would you be able to?
Yeah, just one quick question.
One quick
Yeah.
one, and then we'll get some of the guys.
Okay, talking about beverage, we discussed the Jameson and the Bushmills whiskies, which are very, very popular. They're 3 times distilled, which makes them different from the Scotch whiskies. But apart from that, the food scene in Ireland is really growing. A lot of people, food connoisseurs, want to go to Ireland to taste some of the fantastic food because it's got some of the most amazing fresh food produce and beautiful restaurants, and there's some really good chefs and cooking schools which have sprung up all over Ireland, and it has really now on the food and beverage map of the world.
Any popular cuisine would you like to mention here for the tasters, or any particular cuisine which you'd
So
love to?
the cuisine is very international. They have a lot of European, a lot of Mediterranean. It's very international cuisine. There's also a lot of Asian food there.
You have Michelin star
now. Michelin
chefs there?
star, yes, there are Michelin star restaurants, and there's also, of course, some Indian food for those who want Indian food. But Ireland is very, very big now on the food.
Thank you, Beena.
Thank you.